friend Jax is asking me to help him out today. I'm Cesar Gonzalez, and Jax wants to welcome all of you to the 2019-2020 University of Houston Victoria President's Annual Report and Excellence Award. He says that he is so glad that you're watching the university's first virtual annual report event. What's that, Jax? Oh, you want me to stop talking for you and to introduce Dr. Glenn? Okay, and now I'd like to introduce Bob Glenn, President of the University of Houston Victoria.
Thank you, Jax and Cesar, for that animated introduction. I appreciate it very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending this virtual annual report presentation. I'm honored that all of you have chosen to spend your lunch hour with us. I appreciate you being here. You'll be seeing and hearing a lot today about how all of you were a part of UHV's successes during this challenging year and how we will build on those successes in the future. And so I first want to recognize your efforts and thank you for the accomplishments that we are celebrating today. We will even be ending today with an important announcement. Next, I want you to know that you can win one of these 10 Can micro speakers with our annual report logo on the top. The thing is, you're going to have to wait until the end of the event to find out how to do that. So sit tight, listen closely, and maybe even jot down a few things that you learned today. More on that later. To say that 2019-2020 was a challenging year is an understatement. We started off on a high note when we found out that UHV was the recipient of a $2.25 million 5-year Title III grant from the U.S. Department of Education to help us promote undergraduate student success with faculty training and new programs. These included a summer bridge program for incoming freshmen, financial literacy instruction, increased tutoring and supplemental instruction, internship assistance, and additional advising. We also celebrated a construction milestone with a topping out ceremony for the University South, our new science, technology, engineering, and mathematics building that received an Architectural Design Award from the American Institute of Architects Corpus Christi Chapter 2019 Design Award Program. We are scheduled to move into that 58,464 square foot, 3-story building later this semester. We celebrated in Katy with a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new Katy Academic Building, which houses classes for both UHV and the University of Houston. This 80,000 square foot, 3-story building is located near the intersection of Interstate 10 and Grand Parkway. Residents of that area are appreciative of the degrees we are offering there, and just a few months ago, readers of Living Magazine voted UHV the best college or university in Katy and Fulshire for the second year in a row. Fall also brought good news that MG and Lily A. Johnson Foundation had generously given 2 grants totaling $800,000, part for scholarships and part for equipment for the new state-of-the-art visualization theater in University South. Our fall commencement ceremony was highlighted by U.S. Senator John Cornyn, who served as our keynote speaker and inspired our graduates with his words of encouragement. We came back from winter break and found out that Rebuild Texas Fund had generously given a $100,000 disaster preparation grant to UHV for the purchase of a backup generator to supply emergency power for communication needs and the university's food services operation in Jaguar Hall. And then you could say things started to take a turn. In mid-March, UHV not only had a fire in University West, our main academic building, but the COVID-19 pandemic began impacting all of us. Within a matter of days, we announced that all classes would be taught online. University events, including Commencement, were canceled or postponed. Campus was closed to all except essential personnel, and our Jaguar spring athletics season was abruptly ended. These changes truly tested us, But what comes to mind when I think about 2020 is the way we came together as Jaguars and with the communities that we serve to move forward during these challenging times. Our faculty quickly transitioned their classes online with the help of our staff, and everyone shifted their focus to how they could best assist students and help them succeed. In late March, we invited alumni, friends, staff, and faculty to contribute to a new student emergency fund to provide emergency assistance to students who had lost income or faced unforeseen circumstances and expenses because of the pandemic and economic downturn. In April, the UHV School of Business Administration faculty and staff launched a special effort to raise emergency aid for business students in need through the SBA Student Assistance Fund. The response to that was outstanding, with more than 300 donors giving about $60,000 in donations that range from $5 to $10,000. In addition, $63,648 was made available through the university matching funds and several donors who reallocated gifts they had made previously. We formed a COVID-19 task force to come up with a phased reopening plan for our Victoria campus and our Katy instructional site. We hosted virtual open houses so that students and their families could learn more about the university from the safety of their homes. We increased the hours of JP's Market, our student food pantry, and offered online resources and activities to help our students stay connected. We lowered fees for students taking summer classes and announced that we would be offering the UHV CARES Scholarship in the fall for new full-time students. And so we were thrilled in May when we learned that the national ranking organization, Educate to Career, had placed UHV in the top tier out of their 4 tiers in its college ranking results for the COVID-19 economic crisis. Universities selected for the top tier looked out for their students and had experience offering online classes, which UHV has offered since the mid-1990s. June brought the good news that for the first time in nearly a decade, the governor had named a UHV student as student regent on the UH System Board of Regents. You'll be hearing more about UHV graduate student Alvaro de la Cruz Jr. in a bit, and I am so happy that he can be with us today. We also were pleased that fall rolled around even though we had only a limited number of students on campus. The hard work of our staff and faculty had paid off, and preliminary fall enrollment was 4,991 students, an increase of more than 9% from the previous fall. We now have students living in the new Don and Mona Smith Hall on campus, and the popular new Chick-fil-A and Jaguar Java Coffee Bar opened in our University Commons Student Center. The UH System Board of Regents gave approval for UHV to move forward with plans to build our first student recreation and health center. And the MG and Lily A. Johnson Foundation recently committed to providing $2 million for that project. That gift, the largest in university history, will help fund construction along with the student fee that UHV students voted in December of 2018 to approve. UHV was also able to release a study conducted by MSI, a nationally recognized data analysis company, about the economic impact of the university. MSI estimates that UHV will add about $500 million in income to the region's economy in 2028-2029, an increase of 53% compared with the 2018-2019 when the university's total economic impact was $320.5 million. Despite this wonderful news, at the end of 2020 fiscal year, we got another punch with the passing of 2 special women who cannot be replaced at the university or in our community. Kay Kerr-Walker and Mary Jane Morgan, 2 extraordinary women. Kay served on the UH System Board of Regents from 1993 to 1999 as vice chair, secretary, and member of the executive committee. She played an integral role in helping UHV acquire tuition revenue bonds for the purchase of land and a new building. Since that time, she remained active with UHV, serving on various search and art committees and as a non-voting member of the President's Regional Advisory Board. The K. Kerr Walker Scholarship is awarded annually to an area UHV student. The K. and Ron Walker Auditorium in University North, where we are streaming this annual report, opened in 2015 and has been used for countless classes and community presentations. Kay was the recipient of the UH Presidential Medal in 2000, and in 2014, Kay and her husband Ron were recognized with the UHV Community Partnership Award. Mary Jane Morgan was the first lady of UHV. She came to Victoria in 2014 when her husband Vic became president of the university. Before then, she had served as First Lady of Sol Ross University in Alpine, where Vic was president for 19 years. In 2004, she was named Alpine's Citizen of the Year. The Vic and Mary Jane Morgan University Center at Sol Ross is named in the Morgan's honor. During her 6 years in Victoria and 4 years as UHV's First Lady, Mary Jane served on the boards of many local organizations. She also was the president of the Victoria Symphony League. To honor her and Vic's service to UHV in Victoria, community members donated to the university to name the Dr. Vic and Mary Jane Morgan Counseling Center inside University Commons when it opened in 2019. Kay and Mary Jane were held in high esteem at UHV and in the community. We miss both of them, and we will never forget everything that they did to make higher education better across Texas. Personally, I can say that there were no two women who did more to make Laurie and I feel welcome when we came here. We grew very fond of them in a very short time, and we miss their presence very much. As I was thinking about the year and what I would say today, I thought of all the great highs and the lowest of lows that marked this year. I got inspired thinking about all of you watching this virtual annual report today and how you each worked to ensure that UHV would come through the year successfully. UHV Jaguars aren't quitters. And when the going gets tough, we lean into each other. That's why we've selected Roaring as One as our annual report theme. Today, you'll hear about the successes in 2019-2020 of students, faculty, alumni, and community members. We've also put together a couple of short videos to focus on these amazing individuals. Once again, our annual report is completely online, and I know many of you are watching today's presentation on the website at uhvannualreport.com. Please make sure to take some time to go through the website to view the videos you will see here today and other videos, faculty, staff, student, and alumni highlights, UHV's enrollment and financial figures, photos from this past year, a list of our generous donors, and much more. We will also be adding event videos and photos from today. An obvious example of the Roaring as One theme is UHV's academic programs and all the great accomplishments during the past year. With that, I'd like to share with you a short video titled Roaring Towards Innovation that I think you'll enjoy. Following the video, Dr. Chance Glenn Sr., UHV's Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, will talk about some of the school's successes during the year.
I chose to serve on the UHV School of Business Administration Dean's Advisory Board because the School of Business has my heart. The other thing is I'm ingrained in our local business community here in the Crossroads. So anything that I could do to help bridge the gap between UHV and our local business owners, I wanted to be able to be a part of. I was able to be a speaker for the UHV School of Business Administration Alumni Week. This year, we did an online workshop and I was able to talk with them about the importance of networking and building business connections while they're still in school. It's important for me to be able to give back to the alma mater, and I actually see it as my duty. I've been in my professional career for over 20 years, and I've learned a ton of different information that I know can help students right now. I am really proud to say that I'm an alumna of UHV.
My mom saw that UHV had a summer robotics camp. I would get to stay here for an entire week and work on robots, work on programming, and have people from the college teach me. As a high school student, when I came to the robotics camp and the Math and Robotics Awareness Day, I started to realize college is something that I really want to attend. I'm going to learn things, I'm going to get good experiences, I'm going to meet new people, and I'm going to give myself more opportunities for future career paths. The difference between the computer science and the new digital gaming and simulation degree is that computer science is more focused into the hard programming, data collection, and databases. Making digital gaming and simulation its own degree will help offer more classes that are specifically for the different attributes of making a video game. Your 3D modeling, your animations that'll help you as a professional working on video games. There are many things that make UHV a great place to get an education. Two of them for me were the affordability as well as the location. It felt like home already.
Early on during UHV's COVID-19 response, a task force was developed in order to look at reopening the university. And as part of that, I was involved as the nurse on that task force. As a result, we developed the COVID-19 Operations Center, where we do contact tracing, advising, and educating the campus community on COVID-19. Being named the MG and Lily A. Johnson Foundation Endowed Professor of Nursing, it's very much an honor for me to receive that, to see all of the support they give for the health professions. My experience at very large military installations, working as a public health nurse, I was able to bring that experience in public health to help nurses see outside the walls of the hospital and into the community and address the social determinants in order to prevent chronic disease.
UHV Academic Affairs has worked tirelessly through unprecedented circumstances to continue to deliver quality educational content for our students as we grow and to provide impact and leadership to the communities that we serve. The extraordinary efforts of the faculty and staff are responsible for the ability to stand up through the challenges, to take the hits that came, and to focus on our mission. And the hits did come. Whether it was the pandemic, the fire in University West, weather emergencies, we've had to plan, to assess, and to react. The faculty and staff worked with our students to create course delivery modes that met the needs of the students while considering the challenges faced and the students' desire to have meaningful educational experiences. We've continued to meet and even succeed established academic goals, some of which you'll hear about shortly. We continue to roar as one and to build towards the future. The academic strategic plan is nearing completion, and as we have had conversations campus-wide, to tune our aspirations to the new realities that we all face together. I would like to continue to take this opportunity to recognize the deans who lead our academic units, and they are Dean Ken Caldwell, Dean of the School of Business Administration, Dr. Beverly Tomek, Interim Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, and Dr. Rachel Martinez, Interim Dean of the School of Education, Health Professions, and Human Development. I would also like to recognize Dr. Ricardo Teixeira, President of the UHV Faculty Senate. And now some highlights from this academic year. The School of Arts and Sciences. The school announced that it would begin offering new degrees and concentrations to better meet the needs of the students. The programs included Master of Arts in Criminal Justice, Bachelor of Science in Digital Gaming and Simulation, and a dual concentration degree plan for both the Counseling Psychology and Forensic Psychology graduate programs. Students could choose between the Professional Counselor and the Psychological Associate degree programs, concentrations in the programs, leading to 2 Texas licensure options: the Licensed Professional Counselor or the Licensed Psychological Associate. The Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing program continued to be recognized nationally for its quality and affordability. It was ranked the second best online MFA in creative writing by Intelligent.com based on the program's student engagement and the potential return on investment, in addition to leading the third-party evaluations. Guide to Online Schools and Online U ranked it 7th nationally on the best online MFA programs list and 8th on their most affordable online MFA programs list. A free 2-day online data science boot camp was offered for the first time to incoming high school seniors. A partnership with Formosa Plastics Corporation allowed the university to teach a statistics course to 15 of the company's engineers to help them better process data on the job. Now from the School of Business Administration. AACSB International, the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, reaccredited the school after a rigorous review process. AACSB accredits less than 5% of business schools worldwide, and the first accredited UHV School of Business Administration was in 2005. The school began offering a Master's of Accountancy degree after requests from students who wanted a focused degree that would help prepare them for the CPA exam and pursue accounting careers. More than 100 business students experiencing economic hardships related to COVID-19 pandemic received $300 grants after the school's senior faculty donated at least 5% of their paychecks to start a student assistance fund. And other faculty, staff, and students also contributed to this fund. A Dean's Advisory Board made up of Victoria area business people, some of whom are UHV alumni, was relaunched as a way to increase opportunities for the school and its students to become more connected to the community. From the School of Education, Health Professions, and Human Development, a $160,000 grant awarded by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas to the University of Houston Foundation funded the expansion of a community-based program that focuses on the ways to reduce chronic kidney disease in at-risk populations. The new grant allowed 50 more people to take part in the Victoria County program, and the program to expand to 50 participants in Calhoun County. This was the second grant awarded to the program, which is led by a UHV faculty member. More than 140 students working to become teachers and other educators achieved a 100% passing rate in 10 of 13 subject areas on the Texas Education Agency's Texas Educator Certification Examination. Students must take the exam to be certified to teach in Texas schools. The school began offering a Master's of Science in Sport Management for students interested in becoming sports agents, fitness directors, or general managers, or other careers in the business of organization side of sports. The Bachelor's of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies degree for students who want to become teachers was renamed the Bachelor's of Science in Education after the state of Texas voted to allow educator preparation programs to use the new degree name as a way to better reflect what the degree actually is, a degree in education. Together, the faculty and staff and students of this great university continue to work not just to survive, but to thrive in this new environment that we find ourselves in. We embrace the future. We hold strongly to the values that have built this institution. We fully anticipate that the impact and accomplishments that we point to next year will exceed the great things that we've highlighted today. Now I'd like President Glenn to come back to the lectern and introduce our next segment. President Glenn.
Thank you, Provost Glenn. UHV truly has had a remarkable year, adding new programs and receiving so many recognition. One reason UHV has been so successful in attracting new students is our expansion of activities and learning experiences outside the classroom. These experiences encompass all social activities in the residence halls, around campus, and in the community, as well as UHV athletic events. They help our students thrive during their college experience. Now I'd like to share a video about our student life activities in 2019-2020. The video is aptly titled Roaring in Fun. You'll hear from our student athletes and student leaders about the difference activities outside the classroom make in their lives. Be sure and take time to watch more of these videos on the annual report website at uhvannualreport.com. After this video, Ms. Tiara Figueroa, President of the UHV Student Government Association, will come to the lectern to let you know some exciting initiatives the students are working on. She'll be followed by Dr. Jay Lambert, Vice President for Student Affairs, who will talk about student life on campus, our athletic achievements, and all that was accomplished in the last year.
Being a Red River Athletic Conference Scholar athlete is really humbling to me, knowing I put the work in the classroom and on the course. Being in the NAIA Men's Golf Coaches Top 25 list for the first time since 2014 it's a great feeling for the team. Unfortunately, the season got cut short, but we're looking to come back stronger next year and be a part of it again, hopefully the top 10. The coaching staff is amazing and everyone on the team is striving to get better. My journey with UHV has been a great one. It's given me the opportunity to pursue my dream. I've made lifelong friends, met people that I'll never forget, been places that I never would have been otherwise. It's a great experience.
I became an orientation leader because it was my chance to make myself known at UHV. We provide a bunch of activities and information that students will need throughout the school year. My role is to make sure they have fun, to keep them calm and let them know that their transition from high school to college is going to be as smooth as possible. Some fun student life events I attended last year were Spike Ball. That was an event that was hosted at the beginning of the school year. It was a very fun exercise. It was quick and easy for us to understand. I got to meet a bunch of the faculty and other students who were interested. They were so amazing to me and I couldn't ask for anything better. One piece of advice I would give to a new student coming in, don't be afraid. your voice is heard, you're safe here, gain your confidence, go to class, study, and make sure you get involved, because that's the only way you're gonna feel like you belong, and I guarantee you're gonna wanna come back.
Good afternoon. To have the opportunity to speak to you today is a privilege that I am grateful for. Despite the situations we may all be facing during the year of 2020, I know each of us on this campus have grown closer than ever before. We have remembered the value of family, friendships, and relationships as essential parts of our lives. I am so proud of our university's efforts to make the student experience as best as possible during these turbulent and unpredictable times. SGA has had many successes over the years. Our administration wants to make sure that we make the same lasting impact and pay it forth to future Jaguars. Now more than ever, we hold the power to change. I'm excited to discuss some of the initiatives that the current SGA administration is working on. We will continue to encourage innovative ideas regardless of the cards we are dealt. I'd like to start off with diversity. The diversity at UHV is exceptional, and we should celebrate this aspect of our community. The current SGA administration works together to not only have diverse, but also equal representation for our student population. Since our organization channels the voices from our student body, I found it a very important goal to build an administration that will create a trustworthy and welcoming environment to all students. This administration advocates that students have a right to a seat at the decision-making table, as our voices are essential in maintaining a student-centered university. When significant conversations that impact our institution's future are taking place, we want to be part of that team. For many years, SGA has advocated for face-to-face classes for undergraduate and graduate students. While COVID-19 has limited face-to-face instruction, the SGA Academics Committee includes Victoria and Katy students who work together for new approaches to this discussion, while also communicating academic resources such as the Student Success Center and Navigate to fellow Jaguars. Additionally, the SGA Health and Wellness Committee works side by side with our Outstanding Counseling Center to ensure that each student encourage healthy habits, relationships, and mindsets during these times of isolation. It has been a pleasure to be an active member on the Reopening Task Force and have the opportunity to provide feedback with the students' best interests in mind, including those who are non-traditional, traditional, international, residential, commuter, or from the Katy instructional site. Thus, the phased reopening plan was an organized effort to make this transition as smooth as possible for the students, while keeping safety as our #1 priority. From there, the SGA team has created new resources and programs, such as the designated eating areas, our faculty and staff spotlight series, and the new SGA text line, to increase our efforts to be resourceful to students during this time of a new normal. Our administration's goal is simple. We want to work alongside faculty, staff, and the UHV administration to ensure that our student body's academic, personal, and social success, all of which help increase our retention and graduation rates and grow the Jaguar family. I'm incredibly appreciative for all that we have accomplished up to this moment. I genuinely love our institution, our faculty and staff, and a special thank you to Dr. Wilkinson for believing that UHV already is a destination university. There truly is something special here. Go Jaguars! Yay!
Good afternoon. It's a privilege to be here today and to share the activities, the programs, the learning experience that our students experience outside of the classroom in order to have fun and thrive during their time in college. Last year, More than 65 students learned leadership skills at the 6th Annual ROAR Leadership Conference. Several students also earned certifications in our ROAR Certified Leader program. Students participated in several local service projects during National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. These included volunteering at Christ's Kitchen, at the Victoria Long-Term Recovery Center, and at the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent. Students also took part in a beach cleanup at Mustang Island. Residence Life started the year off at 98.3% occupancy, which is the highest occupancy ever. After university went completely online, we still had 200 students who choose to live out the semester with us, and we were very fortunate that all of our Residence Life staff chose to stay with us and work face-to-face. Here are some more highlights from student affairs throughout the year. Disability Services saw 160 registered students who received accommodations. Career Services assisted more than 450 students with job searches, career coaching, and career coaching. They also put on 40 career-related programs, job fairs, and in-class workshops. Thanks to the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, our food pantry, which serves UHV and Victoria College students, served 487 individual different students throughout the year by serving almost 15,000 pounds of food. Also, in response to COVID-19, they increased the hours they were open and created an online ordering system. We also hosted our 5th annual Family Weekend, where more than 450 students, their families, and faculty and staff got together for 2 days of activities. In the fall, we saw our highest number of students participate in intramural sports, and although we had to cancel our cross-campus challenge with Victoria College and intramurals, we plan to pick that up pretty soon. Student Government Association created a custom regalia that was unveiled at last December's graduation. Student Life provided more than 130 in-person activities, including 15 multicultural events and 20 virtual and social media events. This included the Wonderful Women of UHV event during Women's History Month to honor women from UHV. We also had 10 new student organizations registered during the year. The Counseling Center continued to see an increase and hosted more than 60 programs related to substance abuse, mental health, physical health, and sexual health. Also, our counselors have been able to shift all of their services online, which has been incredibly important during this stressful time. Now on to UHV Athletics, where our student athletes continue roaring to the goal both on and off campus. A record number of student athletes were recognized for their excellence in the classroom, with 65 students being named Conference Scholar Athletes. In addition, 31 student athletes were named to the Fall's Presidents and Deans list, where 38 were named to the Spring list. With a 3.13 overall GPA, the women's soccer team earned distinction as a United Soccer Coaches Team Academic Award winners. 4 men's and women's soccer players received recognition on their United Soccer Coaches All-Region teams. 8 members of the men's soccer team were recognized on the All-Conference team, with head coach Adrian Rigby being named the Conference Coach of the Year. Rigby and coaches Lauren Leslie, George Key, and Alice Bays were also recognized as the 2019 Men's West Region Staff of the Year. 4 members of the women's soccer team received all-conference honors. The men's soccer team broke into the top 25 rankings for the first time in program's history with a number 22 ranking. The team also advanced to its second national championship opening round after capturing both the conference, regular season, and tournament titles. The men's golf team broke into the top 25 with a number 21 ranking before the season was cut short. Baseball coach Terry Poole was left 1 win short of his 300th career win at UHV after the season was canceled. However, softball head coach Lindsay Ortiz notched her 200th career coaching victory at UHV. And last but not least for athletics, our athletic director, Ash Wallachow, was named Conference Athletic Director of the Year. Definitely was an interesting year outside the classroom for our students. And now I have the honor of introducing Alvaro de la Cruz. Alvaro is here today as our student regent on the UHV System Board of Regents and a UHV graduate student. He is only the second UHV student in school history, to be on the Board of Regents. He would like to come up and tell us a little bit about his experience at UHV. Alvaro will then be introducing the recipient of the UHV Student Leadership Award, which he himself received in 2017-18. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Lambert, for that introduction. My name is Alvaro de la Cruz Jr., and just to give you a little bit of insight into my college experience, well, I actually didn't think I would go to college. I, like many others, am a first-generation college student. My parents spoke un poquito English, and I didn't know how to navigate applying for colleges and universities, but I had a lot of great people to help me out. I wanted to grow as a person, so I pushed myself to become a more well-rounded student leader at UHV. I pursued different opportunities, such as being the Residence Hall Association Vice President, the Pre-Health Student Association President, and a Resident Assistant, and eventually a Senior RA and Student Government Association President, all while being a full-time undergraduate biology student. Now, I'm pursuing a master's degree in adult and higher education at UHV, while supervising my team as a residence hall coordinator and serving the UH system as the student regent through May. Serving on the Board of Regents is allowing me the opportunity to represent the UH system students to faculty, staff, administration, and community members. Being on the board represents a culmination of the hard work and dedication that I have put in through the years. It may seem like a lot, and trust me, it is, but it has all been worth it. UHV has allowed me different opportunities to grow and exercise my leadership skills. But enough about me. Now it is time to honor someone with the Student Leadership Award, which is given annually to a student who has demonstrated excellence in academic and leadership qualities. As representative of the UH System Board of Regents, I would like to say that the board is very proud of this student. On behalf of President Glenn and the University of Houston, Victoria, it is my pleasure to announce that the recipient of the 2019-2020 UHV Student Leadership Award is Sga Gonzalez. Sga is a graduate student from Rosenberg and is pursuing a Master's of Science in Economic Development and Entrepreneurship, and is a graduate assistant in student life. He also already is a UHV alumnus after graduating in May with a Bachelor's of Business Administration in Management and Marketing. During his time at UHV, Sga has been involved in student organizations, including the Business Student Association, and as Vice President and President of the Jaguar Activities Board. For 3 years, he has worked as a resident assistant in the UHV residence halls. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Sga helped create fun social media challenges and events to help lift the spirits of his peers. Sga has also received numerous recognitions during his time at UHV, including the Spirit of the Jaguar Award in 2017-2018 and the Student Employee Excellence Award in 2018-2019. He was crowned the 2019 Homecoming King, and in May, he was a recipient of the Leadership Legacy Award. In addition, he has also been named to the UHV Dean's List multiple times. Sga is interested in starting his own business and working in fashion. He even has been able to apply his fashion sense to help design and create some of Jax's event outfits. Please join me in congratulating our Student Leadership Award recipient, President Glenn and Jax. Would you help me presenting this award? Sga, please come up and get your reward and give a few remarks.
UHV has really been my family for the last 4 years. I'm thankful for every department within student affairs who's really taken me in and built my leadership throughout the years. I'm thankful for Jax. He's been, my main inspiration for everything that I do, really. It's just the spirit of the university. And this is very surprising and exciting, and I'm very thankful for everyone here today, everyone here online with us too, for sticking with the university, and thank you all.
We're looking forward to Cesar continuing to be a leader after he graduates for a second time. Now, I have to tell you, this is not in the script, that this is always my favorite part of this program. When I see students like Tiara and Alvaro and Cesar, it reminds us what we're here for. It reminds us that a university changes lives, and we get to be here and see it. That's very special, and you're very special to us, and we want you to know that. We appreciate you. We wouldn't have had as much success this past year without our supportive donors. In fact, 1,230 unique donors contributed to 109 scholarship funds, academic programs, construction and building projects, and other initiatives that raised nearly $1.5 million. For the fourth consecutive year, a record number of UHB faculty and staff made financial contributions to the university, with 69% of full-time faculty and staff making a gift. Now again, this is not in the script. This is my sixth institution. I've never been anywhere where full-time employees give at that rate. 70% of our people back who we are to do what we're here to do, and that's a very special thing. You've heard about our fundraising success in the past year. Now I want to talk a little more about other ways UHV is roaring as one with the community. The American Electric Power Foundation generously awarded a $50,000 grant to UHV to cover tuition for 25 students a year enrolled in the university's Summer Bridge program in 2020 and 2021. We launched a UHV Center for Regional Collaborations to help facilitate partnerships throughout the region in order to promote job growth, economic prosperity, and greater stability. The Victoria Advocate donated part of its archives to the Victoria Regional History Center based at UHV. The donation included photographs and negatives from 1985 to 1999, as well as a bound issue of every newspaper up to 2005. UHV brought Ed McMahon of the Urban Land Institute to Victoria for 2 days to discuss how to implement effective growth in area communities. During a Victoria Chamber of Commerce lunch, McMahon gave a presentation entitled Placemaking and Economic Development. His public presentation, The Secrets of Successful Communities, was delivered at the Leo J. Welder Center for the Performing Arts and was co-sponsored by Victoria College. Caterpillar Victoria donated $10,000 towards UHV's pandemic relief and recovery efforts. The funds were earmarked for general use during the pandemic and covered needs that included emergency grants and other continuing education initiatives. And I will note that this was Caterpillar's first gift to UHV and their first gift to any University of Houston system institution, which makes it even more special that they chose to help our students when they needed it most. It was quite a busy year, and there were numerous other events and activities that took place. UHV has worked with countless partners throughout its history, and what we have built would not be possible without them. That's why each year we give the Community Partnership Award to a person, business, or organization that has helped advance the quality of life in the region and at the university. This year, I am honored to present the 2019-2020 Community Partnership Award to Lane and Phyllis Keller. The Kellers are UHB alumni and are longtime generous supporters of the university both personally and professionally. through their businesses KMH Wealth Management LLC and Keller and Associates CPAs PLLC. The Kellers both served as members of the UHV Here We Go Campaign Leadership Committee, and Lane has been a member of the UHV's President Regional Advisory Board for many years. As a part of that board, Lane was one of the committee members who helped create and contributed to the President's Regional Advisory Board Endowed Scholarship Fund, which has raised more than $85,000 for scholarships for UHV students. Last year, KMH Wealth Management generously provided a matching challenge for UHV's Giving Tuesday campaign, which saw a record-breaking support from 530 individual donors. In 2016, Lane and Phyllis Keller made a wonderful commitment to create and fund the Lane and Phyllis Keller Family Scholarship Endowment for business students. As of August 31st, the scholarship endowment had a value of more than $56,000 and is generating thousands of dollars annually for student scholarships. The Kellers understand the importance of UHV's place in the community and have employed several UHV graduates in their businesses. They cover the tuition of the employees enrolled at UHV because they know that at UHV, their staff will obtain the skills and qualities needed to be successful. We appreciate all that Lane and Phyllis have done to support education at UHV and in the Crossroads. I am pleased and privileged to present this year's Community Partnership Award to Lane and Phyllis Keller. If you would, please come forward to receive the award and make some statements.
Well, we are very honored and very humbled by this award. So in Crossroads, I've always thought has been very honored to have a U of H presence. So I realized just to my association with U of HV, I graduated from A&M and I realized I couldn't read a financial statement. So I went back to UHV and I obtained my MBA in 1993. So education is very important to me. My mother was a teacher. I grew up in a very education-oriented and focused household. She would always say, as a parent, I owe you an education. So I've also passed it on and taught at the college level. I believe education is extremely important. It opens your minds to a plethora of ideas and an understanding of all of those ideas. You learn to think on your own and not to be dependent on what others espouse. So we choose to continue to support U of HV to further people's lives.
That's why I let Phyllis speak first. As I sat there, I had prepared remarks, short remarks to make here. And as I listened to everyone's presentation, my remarks changed a bit. Because I thought, even as we walked into this room today, I thought back to the early 80s when, after we had graduated from A&M, and I was an ag lender for about 10 years, and in the early 80s, I started attending UHV to take the accounting courses required to pass the CPA exam. And when I think about the facilities that we were in across the street over here, it's just an amazing story how UHV has grown and become a destination university. To me, it's been a destination since the early 80s because we were living in Gonzales. It was quite a drive to come to night school a couple of days a week, to obtain those hours, and for Phyllis to get her MBA. I also am just honored to be able to work in this community and give back to this community and to interact with the students at UHV and to be able to hire some students from UHV. It's really become a pipeline for our accounting firm and our wealth management firm to have the quality students that come out of this program with the work ethic that they have into our business. I can't say enough about UHV. All I can say is I'm humbled and surprised by this award. It's never expected, and I appreciate that very much. We both do. All I can say is thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both, Lane and Phyllis. And let me just say, don't feel bad about having gone to A&M. You got here as soon as you could. Now I'd like to give out the People Who Make a Difference Award. This award was established to pay tribute to individuals who have supported the university and made a difference in the quality of their life in this community. It is indeed an honor to present the 2019-2020 People Who Make a Difference Award to someone who has a wonderful history with UHV. Robin Cadle is a 3-time UHV alumna and is the president and CEO of the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent in Victoria. Before joining the Food Bank, Robin was a UHV employee. She started as an administrative assistant, then worked her way up to Director of Stewardship and Planned Giving in University Advancement. In that role, she helped establish the university's One for All for One employee giving campaign, which has been very successful over the years. She also is an adjunct faculty member for the UHV School of Business Administration, where she teaches classes that have included leadership, principles of management, compensation, and training and development. Now, as president and CEO of the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, Robin's work is continuing to have a positive impact on UHV and its students. The Food Bank sponsors JP's Market, a food pantry that provides UHV and Victoria College students with free food and essentials. Robin sees her work at the Food Bank not as a job, but as a mission. She is passionate about the Food Bank's mission of helping heal the hurt of hunger. And we have seen that in the dedication she shows in leading the organization and serving communities in the 11 counties it covers. In addition to her service at the Food Bank, Robin also has a history of community service. She's a past president of the Victoria Rotary Club, a Paul Harris Fellow recipient, an alumna of both Leadership Victoria and Leadership Texas, current president of the Bluebonnet Youth Ranch Board, and board treasurer for the statewide Feeding Texas organization. On top of all that, Robin has a wonderful family. She and her husband, Nick, have 4 children and 7 grandchildren. Robin, on behalf of your entire UHV family, thank you for all you do. Please come forward to the lectern to make some remarks and accept the award.
I thought I was going to be able to do this. Thank you all very much. My journey began in 2001, and what a journey. I am grateful for UHV for helping me to be the person that I am and to give back to the community. And UHV will always hold a special place for me. Thank you.
Again, universities change lives. You see it from the beginning, and you can see what it can grow to. Well, I promised you an important announcement this afternoon, and it's that time. I'd like to ask Mr. Jesse Pizer, our Vice President for University Advancement and External Affairs, to come to the lectern.
Good afternoon, everyone. Quietly and without fanfare, the University of Houston Victoria began the Here We Go fundraising campaign on September 1, 2012. 8 years later, the campaign concluded, and with it, the most successful fundraising effort in UHV history. It was at this event, annual report, in November of 2017, when we announced the public phase of Here We Go campaign. And I would like to remind you now of what I told you then. Our goal with this campaign was to raise more financial support for UHV than ever before. We envisioned hundreds of major gifts, thousands of alumni donors, and gifts and grants from corporations and foundations from across the region. Why was this campaign important? We believed that through Here We Go, we would be able to increase scholarship support for our students, better attract and retain faculty, and build or enhance facilities and academic programs like never before. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to announce to you today that we concluded Here We Go on August 31st, 2020, and it was extremely successful. Of course, the most important announcement after the conclusion of any fundraising campaign is, how much did we raise? To help me answer that question, I've asked for the assistance of the proudest Jaguar of us all, Jax. Jax, this is the moment. So, how much money did we raise in the Here We Go campaign? Look at that. That's right. UHV raised $13,430,540. That's 12% more than our $12 million goal. Thank you, Jax, for helping me make that important announcement. Here are some other important campaign outcomes. The campaign saw 4,591 donors make gifts during the campaign. The campaign brought in 3,634 new donors to UHV. Gifts ranged from $1 to $1.5 million. More than $3.7 million was raised just in support of scholarships. Let me share a few exciting fundraising milestones that were reached during just the last 4 years of the campaign. The second largest gift now in UHV history, $1.5 million from the MG and Lily A. Johnson Foundation to help equip and build out labs in the new Northwest Center, formerly known as Town Plaza Mall, and University South, our new building for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The largest gift to UHV Athletics, 65 acres of land from the Bennett Wood family for a future athletic site, valued at $820,000. The greatest amount raised by UHV ever in 1 year, $3.2 million in the 2019 fiscal year. New records for the greatest number of donors in 1 year in the 2016, 17, 18, and 19 fiscal years. Record number of alumni donors in each year from 2016 to 19. Record number of employee donors every year from 2017 on. The largest number of foundation donors in 1 year, 17 in 2019. And the largest number of corporation donors in 1 year in 2018, 139. But those numbers and records are only meaningful if they help UHV achieve its mission. And we know that private philanthropy is doing just that. Because of your support throughout the Here We Go campaign, we have been able to do much more of what really matters. We have awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. These scholarships have gone to first-generation college students, honors students, student athletes, student leaders, and students who just needed a little support to stay on track toward their degree. We are building state-of-the-art science labs that enhance UHV's academic program. We have created endowed professorships that help us attract and retain top faculty. We have sustained and built a winning NAIA athletics program. I suspect that most of you tuning in today contributed to Here We Go in the past 8 years, or you were part of a foundation, business, or another organization that did. To each of you, I can say nothing more than thank you. Thank you very much to every donor, to every influencer, to every member of our campaign leadership committee. Thank you for making all this and so much more possible through your support of the Here We Go campaign. Here we go indeed. From here, we are heading into a bright future, ripe with possibilities. Best of all, the campaign has shown us that our community stands behind us as we continue roaring as one. For that, we could not be more grateful. In closing, I would like to share a video that highlights a very special group of donors, UHV faculty and staff. My own colleagues here at the University of Houston-Victoria set multiple all-time giving records in the final year of Here We Go, helping us far exceed our goal. Please enjoy this short video before President Glenn comes back to the lectern.
Hi, Jaguar family. I'm excited to have a few moments to share with you the success of our FY20 One for All, All for One employee giving campaign. Though we aren't able to be together in the traditional manner to celebrate your contributions to UHV, we want you to know how much we appreciate your commitment to and support of our great university. We're in the 15th year of our employee giving campaign, which was created as a way for employees to give back to UHV by making a gift of any size to the scholarship, initiative, or program of their choice. Without financial support from the community, as well as our own faculty and staff, many of these funds would not exist.
2020 presented us with circumstances and challenges that have impacted communities, universities, and families all across the world. Despite this, our Jaguar family showed up stronger than ever to show their support for our UHV students. In 2020, 282 UHV employees made a donation to the UHV fund of their choice. That's 69% of our full-time employees, a UHV all-time record. These gifts ultimately provide a better collegiate experience for our students. Due to your generosity, more than $73,000 was given to 72 different funds and initiatives on campus. Thank you for your belief in our university, our mission, and most importantly, our students. Your support is a testament to the strength of our Jaguar family, and we appreciate you.
This year, I thought it was most important to give to the Student Emergency Fund. With the pandemic, the students really struggled. Their lives became upside down, and I thought by giving to the Student Emergency Fund, it would give them a little bit of security, a little bit of hope. It was nice to see that the students responded well and said, I'm coming back by registering for classes. I think it's important for all employees of the university, faculty, staff, to give to the university because it's important that we believe in the mission of the university, that the university is important to our community.
I've been a student worker in University Advancement since my freshman year here on campus. I have personally seen the impact these donations that come in have had on the students' lives. I just want to say thank you so much to all of UHV faculty and staff for your contributions to the UHV scholarship funds. They have not only made an impact on my life, but other UHV students' lives as well.
Despite the many challenges we have faced this year, I'm inspired by the goodness I see through employee support of UHV and our students. Many employees donated to Student Emergency Assistance Funds, which were created to directly assist those affected by the economic downturn and COVID-19. Thank you for all you do, and go Jags.
Thank you, Jesse. That was indeed wonderful news. As all of our speakers have expressed today, many of UHV's successes occur thanks to our partners. The faculty, staff, students, alumni, sponsors, donors, and community members who believe in making UHV an outstanding university since its inception. And I know we'll keep roaring as one as we continue to grow and succeed. I want to acknowledge all the contributions to UHV that were made in 2019-2018. You can see a list of these donors and partners on the annual report website at uhvannualreport.com. I am fortunate to work with so many wonderful people at UHV and be surrounded by good people in the community who have wonderful ideas for the future of the university. I know that if we work together, we will come out of this pandemic better and stronger as a university and as a community. Please join me in another warm round of applause for our speakers and our award winners today. I'd also like to say a special thank you to my colleagues in UHV Marketing and Communications who have done so much work in the background, and our support from UHV Information Technology Department for making today's event go smoothly. Now, I promised at the beginning of the program that I would let you know how you can win one of the 10 Bluetooth micro speakers, which have our annual logo, our annual report logo on the top. What I want you to do is to post something that you learned during today's event on the University of Houston Victoria Facebook page. That's at University of Houston Victoria. If you go to that page, you'll see a post pinned to the top, and you can comment what you learned there along with the hashtag UHVAR20. Just post your comment by 5 p.m. today, and then we'll select 10 winners. We'll contact you if you won so that you can come by the university to pick up your speaker, or we can have it mailed to you. Again, thank you all for spending your lunch hour with us. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, keep your distance, and stay well. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for all you do.